Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to hopefully take an Antonov AN-12B with guns and shoot down another Antonov AN-12B. If that doesn't work out, the least we can do is crash them into each other. That's the backup plan. Hopefully, though, we don't end up having to use the backup plan and we can use the initial plan. And to make things a little bit easier, they're both going to have guns. That way I don't have to worry about keeping track of which one has the gun and making sure it's positioned right. I just got to worry about either plane being in position to shoot down the other one. Because flying two planes at once never goes well, ever. So we're going to move this plane right behind the one we just spawned up. And if everything goes according to plan, it should look something like this, but it'll obviously be in the air, not on the ground. So to shoot the weapon, you just hit spacebar. And well, we already made the front fall off. And then to aim, you use the mouse cursor. So you can see I'm like moving my aim left and right to really get every piece of this plane to fall apart. And it has been pretty much blown to bits. It doesn't look like there's that much actual damage to it, but all the connecting pieces have blown up. For this to happen in the air, I think we're going to have to take off both planes simultaneously. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set both of the planes to be direct mode. That way they're only taking off when I tell them to. And then once they're in the air, I just want them to fly straight basically to make things as easy as possible on me. So that should put every part on the plane into direct mode. Then we're going to go ahead and freeze physics, put maximum throttle on this one, and then put maximum throttle on this one. I don't think the throttle increases till you unfreeze physics though. So let's see. Yeah, so it increases once you unfreeze physics. So I was holding down throttle as I went between the vehicles, so they're both accelerating on their own. They're both at full throttle now, so I could just go ahead and tell them to stop doing that. And then we're going to wait for them to get up to about 100 miles per hour, and we'll try to get them into the air. And this is going to go really, really well, because in the history of flight, never once has a man trying to fly two planes at once crashed. It's also never been attempted in the history of flight before, aside from video games such as you're seeing right here. So maybe we shouldn't be looking at history in this situation. Anyways, both planes are in the air, so now we're just going to go ahead and go to this one, and then go to the gunner seat. Can we shoot them, or are they a little too far off to the side? All right, they're a little off to the side, but it looks like they're going to line up in a second, so I'm just going to be patient. And I'm going to wait for them to eventually get into my sights, and then fire right in the middle. Try to take off the middle part. Oh, that is perfect. The front and rear fell off. All right, can it still fly? No, it's falling, and I can't seem to control anything on it anymore because there's nothing left to actually control at this point now that I look at it. There it goes, pieces flying everywhere beautifully. It actually went much better than I expected it to. So how is the plane that I was just flying doing? He's doing all right, still in the air, that's great. So we'll reset both of these guys for round two. We're gonna have to do the same thing with the throttle, so nice and fast just like that. All right, they're both ready to go. And I just gotta wait for him to get to 100 miles per hour. I wish they had like rocket boosters, right? You hit a button and it just launches them up to 100 miles per hour. The wings almost fall off because it's accelerating at such high G's. But it would be cool, wouldn't it? All right, so we are at about 100 now. Time to get these things into the air, one after the other. All right, you're in the air, you're in the air. And then this time, how about we do it a little bit differently? We're gonna try to hit the wing instead of the plane. And uh-oh, that plane's going a little bit too high. Get him to go a little lower and get into my sights. All right. Just gotta get lower. Lower. There. Got him. Can he still fly? He's pretty good, actually. He's pulling, but he can still fly, although I can't shoot him anymore because he's out of my range now. I don't think we're going to be able to have enough control over this one to get him back into position for another attack. I'm going to try to, but oh, I actually can't see the other plane anymore, so that makes things much harder. So you know what? I don't care. We're going to crash it instead. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. When you get too far away from another vehicle, the other one will become invisible, and I don't know how you could shoot an invisible target without some sort of radar. So there's the quick look at the wreckage before we go and reset both of these guys. And for the next one, we're going to try to do a little bit more damage to the wing since it can take that much damage. All right, both of them are throttling up as expected. I did that correctly, thankfully. Now we're just going to wait a second for them to get going. You know, I could, if I really wanted to, teleport them both in the air and then let them drop and let gravity accelerate them a little bit faster. I just don't know how much faster it'll be and how consistent it'll be. Like, they might not be aligned easy for the other one to hit. And I like it when they're aligned easy for the other one to hit because I want easy targets. Okay, both are going in the air. Both are gonna level out. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at where the other plane is from the inside right here. A little high up, isn't he? But maybe it'll get better in a second, or I could just, make my plane go a little bit higher. It's always an option. It's gonna go a little bit more. And then we want to hit the wing more to the inside. There we go. Oh, that's taking it down. That is going down. It only has one wing. You can't recover from that. No way. No, I'm trying my best right there. There's nothing happening. We're just gonna spiral, crash, and explode to pieces. So I think in terms of shooting the other plane, there's only one more I want to do. I want to do one where I have a plane with a load in it, and then I just decimate it. I just keep shooting at it until I can no longer shoot at it. Might be a little bit hard to take it off though, because the extra weight will make things not aligned properly, I'm thinking. So we'll go ahead and get this one with the 16,000 kilogram load. And we'll reset my other plane wherever he's at. How's he doing flying? He's flying great. It's funny how that happens. Whoa! Well, what happened back there? Did I shoot myself? Can that actually happen? Can the recoil from the gun actually damage the plane that it's attached to? It doesn't look like it. I'm looking at the gun and the plane, and it seems like there's no recoil on it or anything, and obviously it can't really shoot itself because that's as far as it'll go left and right and up and down and stuff pretty much right here. So maybe we were just flying in the air in a way where we took a lot of G's on and it destroyed the rear of the plane. Also, that right there is collateral damage, but that makes me think, if this thing has all the weight in it, we want both the planes to have the weight. That way, they still take off the same, because if this one has weight and the one in the front doesn't, it's going to take off a lot slower and they won't be in sync, so it'll be a little bit harder to actually get them to be lined up for the shooting at them. So on this one, it has a rear and front load on the steel pipe, so we're going to do the same on this one, a rear and front load. And it's a good thing I looked there because I didn't know which parts were loaded, because I would have probably just put a load in each of those without noticing that there wasn't a center load. So there's the front one, and then there is the rear one. And now we can do the exact same procedure to get this thing into the air. I hope. I hope there aren't any other small little details that make too big of a difference. Like, I know the gun and the ammo probably makes this a little bit heavier, but probably not enough for it to matter. So there you go. These are the important steel pipes. And oh yeah, so that's why there's no middle load, is because these ones are so big you can't have them with a middle. The middle's probably for the planks or whatever. All right, anyways, go ahead and freeze physics. Full throttle, full throttle. All right, and all right. 100%, 100%. Go ahead and lift them up. And they got it. There we go. There you go. You're starting off. There we are. It takes them even longer now. I don't even know what speed they have to get up to get in the air with the cargo for sure. So I'm just going to let them accelerate for a long time. And one thing I haven't told you is there is a little cheater button you could do. So if you hit Q, you can actually get a crosshair that shows you exactly where the shot is going to go. It is very, very precise, and it almost feels like it's cheating. Because it is, really. Like, it is cheating, basically. I'm trying to keep both of the planes going mostly straight, because I noticed they go crooked at slightly different rates, and that's probably just due to the fact that they're a little bit different, and they're a little bit different in their alignment and all that. So we're going to try to get them both in the air right here, and let's see how that works. Alright, except it looks like they are going into the air just as much as me. I want them to be a little bit below me the way this thing is centered up, so I can't actually hit them, so I'm going to have to let them drop a little bit. And then I'm going to have to also maneuver my plane in a way where I can kind of shoot at their angle. So there we go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. All right, that has to be a couple of hits on them. Oh, they still look like they're mostly intact. Come on, get a couple more shots in this thing. Like, I know I can get it lined up probably. I just hope I can still see it. Oh, it just disappeared. Like right as the crosshair went over them, they disappeared. Hopefully that hit them. It did. Where's the other part of their plane? There it is. It's over there. That actually went really, really well. There's that one piece of the plane, and then here's the rest of it. I feel like it could have gone better, though. So we're going to go ahead and try to do this one more time, where I could actually see the plane behind me being destroyed as I shoot at it. That, to me, sounds like it'll be a lot more interesting to see. Don't you agree? So anyways, let's go ahead and go to the... Whoops, that's the wrong plane. We want to go to the gun camera for this plane. There we go. So now we're ready to shoot them once we get into the air. And I think we can get into the air at about 130, 140 miles per hour if I had to guess based on the last flight we had. Gotta get this guy lined up a little bit better though, because I know he's gonna go crooked. It seemed like he was going real crooked last time. I want to make sure they stay about right behind one another to make it as easy as possible to shoot that guy. Alright, that looks like pretty good alignment right there, although we're both going off the runway. I don't know if I really like that, and it seems like they're going off the runway more than me. They are. All right, this is already not going too well because the planes are going in different directions. I might have to do some in-flight adjustments, which I know is going to be really difficult because we're getting them both in the air right here. And I can't see that guy, so I got to try to lower speed a little bit, get him to go a little bit to the side probably. Yeah, he needs to go more to the side. Oops, I hit cockpit instead of rudder. Doesn't matter. All right, it looks like that's good. That's good. We're going to be able to shoot him down. All right. And fire, fire, fire. That was perfect. That was perfect. Although, seeing that made me realize there's one more kind of crash we haven't done yet. That is one where we shoot them using the outside camera, which is possible if you use the crosshair. I mean, I guess technically, it's also possible if you don't use the crosshair. It's just a lot harder. Like, I could shoot something without the crosshair if I'm in the gunner's seat, but if I'm actually flying it, it's just too hard to tell where it's going to shoot. I mean, I could just shoot everywhere until it actually hits, but that's a dumb strategy. So as you can see, though, we do have a crosshair, and it has a pretty good range, actually. I'm just looking at the range right here. You don't realize how big the range is on the inside, but when you're outside, you see, I could shoot a pretty good distance of targets here. So we're going to go ahead and get them up to speed. We're up to 100, so we should be getting into the air very, very soon. I'm just trying to keep my crosshair right aligned with them. Make sure they're in the crosshair range. I'm going to go ahead and try to make us both fly a little bit straighter because we're going crooked. And then into the air. Into the air. Into the air. All right, they're falling back a little bit more than I thought they would. But that's okay. So what I want to do is I want to line up the crosshair, go to them, and then the plane's going to shoot me, and that is perfect. That was great because you actually got to see the plane as it got shot from the outside. Awesome. Anyways, that'll do it for this video. Till next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.